That sounded much better in my head, I'm sorry. Please don't hold that against me. That made me laugh. Hi everyone, it's Lindey. Welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to finally be starting the video series that I have been looking forward to for months now. This video series I am calling Frequently Asked Fridays. So what exactly is Frequently Asked Fridays, you may ask? Every other Friday on my YouTube channel, I will be pulling out questions from the comment section of my videos so that I can showcase them and publicly answer them. That way, everybody can have the benefit of the answer. This is also a perfect opportunity for me to be really informal with you guys and just answer some questions, and we can just hang out and have a good time. So I'll be posting a Frequently Asked Friday video to the series every other Friday on my YouTube channel. I'll also make a playlist for it, so make sure that you're subscribed and ring the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I post a new video on my channel. And if you are as excited about this series as I am, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. That lets me know that you like this kind of video. It also helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And make sure to watch this video to the very end, because after I've loaded you up with a whole bunch of useful information, I am going to tell you how your question submission can win you free inventory. That's right, you can win a box of free inventory just for asking a question. And that's also something I'm really super excited about, so I'm gonna stop talking and let's get into all of the questions that I've gathered from my comments so far over the last couple of weeks. But for that, I'm gonna need more coffee, so let's go. So lately I've been obsessed with iced coffee. I swear I drink way too many cups. That's probably why you've noticed the coffee stain on my tongue in videos. Sorry about that, by the way. Not very attractive, I know. Oh yeah, this is good. Jill Leach asks, Lindey, I have a question. That's what I'm here for. How do you sell so much so fast? Also, yesterday I sold an item on eBay, which PayPal put a hold on my funds. Then I got a notification from eBay that they are going to charge me monthly fees all of a sudden, which I don't understand, on top of the 10% they already take, and the PayPal fees and offering free shipping. How am I supposed to get ahead? I would appreciate any explanation from you. You can message me if that's easier. Thanks again for all you do. Take care. This is exactly why I'm doing this video series. So your first question, how do I sell so much so fast? I truly believe that it has a lot to do with pricing, pictures, and the category that I'm selling in. There are some categories that are notorious for having a faster sell-through rate. Some categories have a lower sell-through rate. So the whole reason why I switched from doing clothing to doing health and beauty was because the sell-through rate was very, very frustrating for me with clothing. My sell-through rate was right around 5%. I didn't like that, and so I switched to a category that had a higher sell-through rate, which was health and beauty. Next question, PayPal putting a hold on funds. This is something that's typical, especially if you are a newer seller. PayPal likes to put a hold on funds for newer accounts to make sure that the buyer receives their item and there are no issues, because if there is an issue and it's considered the seller's fault, they want to be able to refund the buyer and not have to make it come out of PayPal's pocket. Now, when it comes to eBay charging fees all of a sudden, it's not an all of a sudden thing. You didn't mention exactly what fee you were talking about, but I have a suspicion that it is an insertion fee. So insertion fees are not something that's new for eBay. You might just be seeing these fees all of a sudden because maybe you've gone over your allocated freebies for the month. If you don't have an eBay store subscription, then you get 50 free insertions every single month. There's a lot of misunderstanding when it comes to insertions, what exactly they are. A lot of people think that you get 50 new listings every single month, but that is not true. You actually get 50 insertions, which means if you have 50 items listed that have not sold and you decide to list more, you are going to have to pay an insertion fee for every one over those 50. So you might not have had to pay an insertion fee last month for that item, but this month, if it still hasn't sold and you continued to list, now you've gone over your free allotted insertions and you have to pay that fee. A way to avoid these specific fees is to get an eBay store subscription. If you get a starter store or a basic store, you can have many more insertions allocated into your freebies, but you do have to pay a monthly subscription fee in order to get those. But depending on how many items you are listing, a store subscription fee can actually save you money. Michelle Felix asks, is managed payments an option, or will it happen to our eBay accounts eventually? Unfortunately, managed payments is not optional. Not all sellers are enrolled in managed payments currently, but eventually all ties with PayPal will be severed, and all sellers on the eBay platform will have to go through managed payments. If you have not yet been asked to join managed payments, don't worry, it's coming. Jennifer Rayner asks, how do you take care of items expired? What if the item sold and it is expired? Thank you. Thank you for your question, Jennifer. What?
There.
Yeah, I'm talking to the camera. Are you playing with your game?
Yeah.
Cool. See? See what I mean by informal? So if an item has become expired, you cannot sell it online according to FDA regulations. I have clarified with eBay as well to find out if there was any kind of topical creams or lotions that were excluded from this policy. And what I was told was that if you put it on your skin or inside your body, according to FDA regulations, if it's past its expiration date, you absolutely cannot sell it online. The one exception to this is things that are not consumed or topical, which would be something like printer ink, or maybe a pregnancy test that you just pee on. That sounded much better in my head, I'm sorry. But you get what I'm saying. You're not putting it on your skin, you're not ingesting it in your body. So there are some expired things that you can sell, but those items that are regulated by the FDA, you absolutely cannot. So if I happen to get expired items, what I will do is I will try to sell it locally to some local clients for dirt cheap. I'm talking like 50 cents just to try to recoup some of my cash flow. And if nobody wants to buy it, I'll keep it if we will use it, because I don't know about you, but expiration dates really don't trouble me too much. A lot of the times those dates are simply suggestions, or like a best by date that the manufacturer is saying that they can't guarantee quality past this date. It doesn't mean that as soon as that date hits, the product is bad. So if I can't sell it to a local client dirt cheap, then I'll just keep it, or we'll just simply throw it away. Or of course, I might give it away, depending on if someone will use it. And if I sell an item by accident that has expired and I neglected to pull the listing down, I will almost always message the buyer and let them know that unfortunately, due to FDA regulation, I cannot send it to them because I did not realize it was past its date. I ask them if they would like to substitute a similar item from my eBay store, and if not, I will just refund them immediately. If they tell me that they would just like to cancel and get a refund, when I refund it, I cancel it due to buyer's request. That way you will avoid having a defect on your account because you did ask the buyer if they wanted to substitute an item. When they said no, that meant that they were requesting cancellation. So that is a way that you can cancel your order without any negative effect to your seller account. Diana Gomez asks, how about if I just have one type of item, can I still cross-post it? So this is in reference to cross-posting an item on multiple platforms. If you just have one item, you can absolutely cross-post it. That is not reserved for multiple quantity listings, but you do need to be diligent about making sure if that item sells that you remove the listing that's available for sale on the other sites to avoid an item selling that you no longer have because you sold it on another platform. Somali Auction asks, do you drop off at post office or do you schedule a pickup? I used to schedule a pickup and the mail lady got salty about it. Postal workers getting salty, come on, you lying. So I've been taking them to the post office, but as sales increase, I'm not sure that's feasible. My biggest bit of advice to you would be to talk to the postmaster. This is something that I actually had to do myself. I was having issues with my postal carrier not scanning the packages, and it resulted in me losing my top rated plus status on eBay, and frankly, I was pissed. This was actually an issue that I had to resolve with my postmaster personally. I actually went to the post office and I sat down with my postmaster and I expressed my frustration that my postal carrier was not scanning packages, and it resulted in me losing a seller status with my business. And if you didn't know, if you are no longer a top-rated seller, you don't get specific discounts on your shipping labels. So my postal carrier was literally costing me money. And so I very angrily voiced things, and he assured me that the postal carrier would be informed, and ever since then, I did not have an issue. Jackson Kirby's asks, how do you find if you get the credit for the supplies through eBay? I have been a store for months and I didn't get any notice that I could get discounted or free small boxes. It is available every quarter, so you get a new shipping supply coupon every January, April, July, and October. I had to count on my fingers there because apparently I don't know what months start the quarter. But you do have to have a store subscription for a full quarter before you qualify for a coupon. So if you just recently upgraded to a store subscription, you have to wait until the following quarter in order to qualify for that shipping supply coupon. I have a video all about where to find your shipping supply coupon. I'll link that up here for you. You could also find the link by Googling it. Hopefully I don't butcher your name, Lisa Deprit. It looks pretty. Lindey, I'm afraid of miscounting inventory with this system. Is this accounted for by the eBay system, or do you use your own method for storing and tracking? So this comment was on the video where I showed how I was pulling inventory, and I can see where it would be a concern, like how do you know how many items you have, this, that, and the other thing. So I do not have a spreadsheet or an inventory tracker that I use to keep track of how many items I have listed. I think a lot of people would disagree that it's very smart to let eBay do that for me. But basically what I do whenever I list an item is I put the accurate number of items available in the quantity section of the listing. And then as items sell, eBay tracks how many I have remaining. Now I do quarterly checks of all of my inventories. I go bin by bin and I separate everything and I make sure that all of those items are either available for sale on eBay or that quantities are accurate. But beyond that, I do not keep track with a specific spreadsheet. Let's go sit down. Okay, here's another name I'm probably going to butcher. Jose Caravibus. Please don't hold that against me. Jose asks, can you make a video talking about how many listings you put up a day to reach your revenue goals? I've just started doing eBay reselling and I would like a grasp of how many listings I need in order to reach a weekly profit goal. Thank you so much for your videos. You give so much valuable advice in your vids. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. I actually already have a video that is pretty similar to this. It's different business models in order to make $1,000 per week in profits. I will link that up here in this top corner in case you missed it. But in that video, I basically break down all of the little business models if you're looking to achieve $1,000 a week. Now, the only thing that video does not really go into detail about is how many items that you need to list. And the reason for that is because it's really hard to tell how many items you're going to list in order to reach that goal, in order to get that income, because that is going to depend on your sell-through rate. Some categories have a better sell-through rate than others, just like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, but some sell-through rates are better than others. It depends on your category. It is very rare that any category has a 100% sell-through rate. I personally do health and beauty and my sell-through rate is right around 40%. So based on 40%, that kind of tells me that if I want to sell, for instance, if I have a goal to sell 100 items every single week in order to make a certain amount of profit on average, with a 40% sell-through rate, that tells me I need to roughly list about 200 to 225 items in order to come close to that goal. But then again, that's not a perfect science because sell-through rates fluctuate. It depends on the specific items that you're selling. Yeah, overall, I have about a 40% sell-through rate in health and beauty. But if I'm selling mostly face creams versus something like lipsticks, the sell-through rate on the face creams is going to be significantly higher than the sell-through rate with lipsticks, but because I sell them both together, that's how it averages out. So if there's one week I list 200 different face creams, I could have 100% sell-through rate. Who knows? So there's a lot of variables. The best thing that you can do is just start listing and make mental notes of what items sell the fastest and try to list more of those items in order to reach that weekly profit goal. Joanne Burgess asks, thank you so much for your videos. Thank you for watching, Joanne. Can I ask a question? What do you think we're doing here? I sell on eBay as just a hobby and I sew and knit. I had planned on doing crafts fairs, but now that's not happening. Yeah, stupid COVID. And I tried Etsy over time with no success. I'm going to try my handmade inventory on eBay to see if I have any luck. Any suggestions? So I don't really have suggestions for selling handmade items on eBay because I've never personally done it, so I have no experience. I did have a friend sell some of her handcrafted items on eBay, and a big mistake that she made. So I guess I don't really have any advice for listing the stuff on eBay, but I do have a bit of advice to avoid making a big mistake. The friend that I had that was listing handcrafted goods on eBay, the big mistake that she made was she was grossly undervaluing her products. She wasn't really knowing what her actual cost was to make the product. When she would list an item on eBay, she would just simply pick a price, and she wasn't taking into consideration how much it cost her for supplies and her time. She wasn't thinking about how much money she really wanted to make on something. She was making purses. So, if she wanted to realistically make $50 on something, she was pricing stuff at $50, not thinking about the fees, the shipping, all of that stuff. That's just a for instance. So my biggest bit of advice to you would be to, before you even create your listing, write down how much money you spend in supplies, how much money you would be happy and profit on that item, and then give yourself about a 15 or 20% cushion for any fees. And I would definitely charge shipping to make sure that your buyer pays for all of the shipping so that that's not also eating to your profits. Juan Avila asks, I'd like to learn how and where to get the items that I'm going to sell. So I have numerous unboxing videos on my channel where I'm showcasing various sources that I have used over the years, and I recommend to you guys because I have personally vetted them. A big supporter of my YouTube channel right now is Wholesale Ninjas. They are actually the ones that are offering to give away a free box of inventory to my viewers on every single episode of these Frequently Asked Fridays just for your question submission. Again, wait till the end. I'll give you all of the details. But if you want to check out Wholesale Ninjas, I will put a link down in the video description so you can go check out their liquidation page. I also do have coupon codes for them, but they do expire at the end of September. So if you want to try them out, make sure to use those coupon codes before they are gone forever. Mama Try 23 asks, can someone clarify for me? Well, let's see what we can do. If I go through Pirate Ship, I must print the shipping label from them, correct? I was a bit lost towards the end of your video. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Thank you very much for commenting. This was on my shipping heavy items video. I'll link that up here if you missed it. Very popular video on my channel right now. I drop a lot of knowledge in that video. So when it comes to printing labels through Pirate Ship, yes, you must print your labels on the Pirate Ship page, but you're actually printing a United States Postal Service shipping label. So I know that that confuses a lot of people. Even though you print your shipping label through Pirate Ship, it is still going United States Postal Service. So you'll still drop it off at your post office. You'll still have your postman pick it up, and you can actually export all of your eBay awaiting shipment labels through Pirate Ship. So you don't have to go in and type out the labels individually. You can actually refresh and sync up your eBay store, and it'll have all of your awaiting shipments there waiting for you. And then you just print the labels, mail off the packages to the post office, just like you were printing them through eBay. Marcin S asks, hi, I have a question. Hello. How do I list an item on eBay with Ebooks? So Ebooks, if you didn't know, eBay has kind of a reward system. They give you basically points back that equates to dollars in the form of Ebooks, that if you purchase items on eBay, if someone has signed up for Ebooks, they will end up getting a quarterly credit in order to purchase items on eBay at a discounted rate with that Ebooks coupon. All items that you list on eBay qualify for Ebooks. That is a service that eBay provides to everybody. And if you want to allow your product to be sold by somebody wanting to use Ebooks to buy it, eBay actually discounts it for the buyer. That's not your responsibility as the seller. So any buyer can get points for Ebooks when they buy your products, and any buyer can use Ebooks to buy your products, and it doesn't cost you as the seller anything to do that, and there's nothing that you have to do to have your listing qualify. Nicole Willis asks, Lindey, what exactly is a pop-up sale? Thanks for the info. So this comment was on a video where I was talking about local sales and how I maximize profits by selling locally. A pop-up sale was kind of like a garage sale that I would do for local clients. Where I used to live, I had a client list, and rather than having a public garage sale, I would set up shelves in my garage and I would send out a private message to my client list, letting them know for an hour or two on a given day they could come and shop my store privately. And that's exactly what they would do. I would hold a pop-up sale for my private clients that I would message through Facebook Marketplace. They would come over for an hour or two and buy a whole bunch of stuff, and I didn't have to have the sale public like a typical yard sale would be. These were also clients that I trust to have to my house because they've bought from me multiple times, and they were valued because they always spent a lot of good money. My battery's about to die, so let's go do that. And now we've moved to my messy desk. Never trust a reseller with a clean desk, because obviously they aren't working. I am so sorry, but I will butcher your name if I try it, asks, will eBay break off with PayPal affect sellers' business? So I don't believe it will, because buyers can still pay with PayPal. I think that if eBay could no longer accept PayPal payments, that might have an effect with those buyers that insist on only using PayPal to pay for their products on eBay. But because buyers can still pay using PayPal, I cannot see it having an effect on sellers' businesses by alienating customers or anything like that, if that's what you're referring to. Lana White asks, what is your eBay store address, please? So if you ever want to check out my store, if you see something in an unboxing that you'd like to buy, or if you're curious how I make my listings look and how I word everything, the link is always down in every single video description. Or if you want to search using the advanced feature search function in eBay, you can just search for sellers. My username is Beauty in Your Budget. Warren Van Buskirk asks, since eBay is taking out taxes, we don't have to deal with taxes during tax time, do we? So even though eBay is still collecting sales tax for all of the states across the country that now require it, you are still required to pay income tax on your profits during tax time. I also do believe that you need to pay your state sales tax in the state that you reside and run your business out of. Mark H10 says, I was going to post a time travel joke, but you guys hated it and voted it down too much, so I decided not to. That made me laugh. Alejandro Marino says, hey, I've listed an item on eBay and it has a product rating of 1, but the rating doesn't relate to my product. How can I remove that? So the product ratings come from what is tied to the UPC in the eBay product catalog. The only way to remove that product rating is to completely remove the UPC number from your eBay listing. So instead of having the UPC number in your eBay listing, you can just simply check does not apply. But keep in mind when you do that, the product no longer qualifies for eBay's product catalog. 40 Kiefer asks, how do you keep up with expiration dates of listed items? Do you just go through all of your inventory so often and check them all? I actually track them in my eBay active items page. If an item has an expiration date, I will put the full expiration date at the very end of my listing. And when it gets to be about the last 10 days of the month, I will actually search my eBay active items for that month's date. For instance, we are now in September, so when it gets to be the last 10 days of September, I will search my eBay active listings for 09/2020, and that will bring up all of my active listings that have an expiration date that ends at the end of this month. So when I do that, that allows me to see at a glance what items that I have that are coming up as expired, and I can either discount them to try to sell them even faster, or I can just simply end the listing or put the quantity at a 0 and go pull the items out of my inventory so that they don't accidentally sell. Glenda Rainbow asks, I thought you could only send liquid products by USPS ground. That is actually not true. I was actually thinking about doing a video about this, so let me know down in the comments below if you want to see a more detailed video about shipping liquids. The only kind of liquids that are required to go ground are liquids that are flammable. Any kind of liquid can go priority mail or first class, but if they are flammable, they do need to be handled by ground service. Keith Rose asks, I've never seen regional boxes or regional shipping options on eBay Ship. So regional boxes are a huge part of my business. It's how I save a lot of money with shipping. I have a video all about using regional boxes and how they work that I will link up here for you in case you missed it. But regional boxes are not an option when you are creating your eBay listing. It is only an option after the buyer has purchased the item and paid. When you go to print your shipping label, at that point you will have an option to select either a regional A or a regional B box for your shipping label. But when you are actually creating your listing, it does not exist. If you are wanting to have your buyer pay for the shipping label and you're wanting to use a regional box, just know that a regional A box ships at a 2-pound weight and a regional B box ships at a 4-pound weight. So when you're creating your eBay listing, just simply select priority mail as the method of shipping, and for weight, click 2 pounds for a regional A box, or if you know that it's going to go in a regional B box, select 4 pounds as your weight. That will ensure that your buyer pays the proper shipping label for either a regional A or a regional B box. even though it's not available when you're creating the listing. Missouri Pickers says, I tried to ship some stuff in a flat rate envelope. The postmaster told me it was only for documents. See the video that I posted earlier this week. I posted an epic video this week talking about the United States Postal Service policy when it comes to flat rate envelopes. If you missed that video, it's right here for you to reference, and in that video, I give you the actual policy memo that you could take with you and USPS's own words that you can absolutely ship things other than documents in those flat rate envelopes. Clyde R. Thrift III. I like that. I am new to all of this and subscribed to your channel today. Thank you so much for subscribing. What is the very first thing a person needs to do when selling online? So, in my opinion, the very first thing that someone needs to do when they're starting to sell online is they need to decide what they're going to sell and how they plan to ship it. When you first get started with selling online, there's a whole lot of information out there, and it can be a crazy amount of knowledge coming to you all at once, and it can be very overwhelming. I've done coaching calls with people before that are so incredibly overwhelmed after they've started learning the entire process of reselling, they don't even know where to begin. I always say that if you don't like what you're listing, it's never going to get listed. So the first thing that you need to do is figure out what items you might be interested in selling and start to research some sources for getting that merchandise. Whether you're interested in selling sporting goods and you have a lot of thrift options or garage sales that you can source from, or you're interested in something like I'm doing and you want to look into health and beauty, then you might be looking into different liquidation companies that offer those kind of products. Then the next thing that you need to do is decide how you would ship those items, and then kind of familiarize yourself with exactly how shipping works. I do have many videos in detail about shipping items. I will make sure that a playlist is linked down in the video description below. That is going to be the best place for you to start and narrow down your focus so that you can start listing items and shipping them out and start getting comfortable with reselling, and then you can expand your knowledge after that. Now we are going to do one more question, and then I want to tell you guys how you can qualify to win free inventory just by submitting a question for this video series. B. Topkiss asks, where do you get those big sizes of poly bags? So I order all of my poly bags on Amazon. I find that they have the biggest supply of the large poly bags. There's also a lot of really good suppliers on eBay as well, but I've found that the best prices for the really large oversized poly bags happen to come from Amazon. I will go ahead and link some down in the video description below. You can find some that are as large as 20 by 24 inches, I believe. eBay also has some pretty large size poly bags that you can use your free eBay shipping supply coupon with as well. But I will go ahead and link some of the biggest poly bags that I've been able to find down in the video description below. And those will be affiliate links, so if you decide to purchase using those links, it does benefit my YouTube channel, and I thank you greatly for it. Okay, now let's talk about how you can win free inventory. So I was able to secure a sponsor for this video series. Wholesale Ninjas is a huge supporter of my YouTube channel, and they love giving sellers the tools that they need to grow their businesses. And to continue to show support to all of my viewers, Wholesale Ninjas has offered to give away a 100 count liquidation box to a viewer every single episode in this series. The winner will be able to select whether or not you want to get a 100 count general merchandise lot or a 100-piece personal care lot from Wholesale Ninjas. And in order to qualify, all you have to do is ask a question. To submit a question, all you have to do is ask it down in the video comments of any one of my videos. Make sure to put 5 question marks at the beginning of your question. Those 5 question marks at the very beginning of your question will indicate that that is an entry to win a free box of inventory. Now, the one rule is that you can only submit 1 official question per 2-week time period. So I will be uploading a frequently asked Friday video to my YouTube channel every other Friday. So that means that you can only submit 1 question as an entry during the 2 weeks until the next video is released. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't ask more than 1 question. You can ask as many questions as you want in my video comments, but keep in mind that only 1 of those questions can have the 5 question marks to verify entry submission into winning a liquidation box. So starting right now, Everyone ask as many questions as you can down in my video comments. It doesn't just have to be on this video. It can be on any one of the videos on my YouTube channel. Just make sure to put 5 question marks at the very beginning of your question so that I know that that is an entry to win a free box of inventory from Wholesale Ninjas. If you like this kind of video, please show support and give the video a like. Make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Don't forget to leave those questions down in the comments below. Don't forget to check the video description. I will put a whole bunch of useful information in there for you. Thank you so much for watching this first episode of Frequently Asked Fridays. The next one will be posted Friday, September the 18th. And I'll see you guys on Monday for Motivation Monday Live at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. Bye, you guys.